Go.
Hi, this is Hank Goldberg. I want to thank you for buying my Kentucky Derby package, and I hope we do as well in the Derby this year as we did on the Preakness last year, where we caught the Super for a lot of bread. Anyway, I thought the West Coast horses were the best. I like Justify. I know Bob Baffert is training him a little harder coming up to this race. He and Bolt D'Oro ran 1-2, and they could run 1-2 again. I think Bolt D'Oro has a chance to win this race. He's in post 11. He's 8-1 right now as I record this. I think he might be a little bit lower than that when they go to the post, but he's really filled out since the Santa Anita Derby. I still think Justify is the better horse, but you don't know what kind of trip he's going to have. But those horses should win 1-2. That's at 7-11, like the store. My third horse is Hofburg. This is a horse who ran second in the Florida Derby. Bill Mott trains him. He's lightly raced. He's only had three races. But Hofburg is really going to improve a lot. He's a closer going up against a lot of pace in this race. And he's going to be coming fast at the finish. And I like him. He's got Ortiz Irado treats on him, who's a heck of a rider. By the way, the other thing I like about Bolt D'Oro is that Victor Espinosa, who's a very good Derby rider, is on him. Mike Smith is the rider on Justified. So those are two good jockeys I have on my two top horses. Now, if you want to complete your superfecta, I think the horse of Todd Fletcher's four horses who I like the best is Audible. His undefeated horse is out of post 16, Magnum Moon. I don't like that draw for him. I think he's going to have a lot of trouble out of that post. But Audible, who comes from behind, I think has a good chance to finish on the board. And I like a 50-1 shot who could finish fourth or fifth. And for your super, I would throw him in. And that's the horse out of post 20, Combat. This is a horse trained by Steve Rasmussen, who ran fourth in the Arkansas Derby. And he was third in the Rebel. He's 50-1. And Magnum Moon is 6-1, who he ran third to in the Rebel and two races back. And in that race, Combatant got slammed coming out of the gate, had a trouble trip, and he probably would have won the race if he didn't have all that trouble. And he's 50-1 against 6-1. That's the value play that I think I'm going to throw in underneath. 7, 11, or 11-7, 9. Those are my top three. And I got to throw in that 20 horse in there someplace. Underneath is a possibility to complete my super. But that's probably the way they're going to finish. And by the way, Chad Brown's horse, I might throw him into an exacta play. I would play exactas with the 7-11 and the other three horses. And Chad Brown's horse is number 6, Good Magic. His horse is doing very well. His horses always do well. 12-1's a big price on that horse. And I think the odds maker did a lousy job, frankly. And that horse should not be 12-1. He was the 2-year-old horse of the year. He won the 2-year-old classic race. And he didn't run well in Florida and the Fountain of Youth, but he came back and won the Bluegrass. So you might take a shot with him underneath someplace too. Hey, it's a Kentucky Derby. The object is to make money. Well, I want to thank you all again for joining me, and I wish you all good luck. First Saturday in May is always a big day for me.